What's up, guys? Want to make a quick video about that. It's a red potato, and I want to make a quick cutting style video. It's conventional style versus I don't know what you call it, old timer style. Alright, so I'm going to cut half the potato, and this method right now is I guess you call it traditional style. It's the style they use on like cooking shows, you know, when you see the people chopping, you know, scallions or whatever. Alright, so that's, I don't know how you want to call it, but basically cutting up potato, basically make slits down, and I'm gonna like cube these up. Alright, so right now there's already a problem in this method. There's no easy way to like cut this. I'm gonna do it and show you how dangerous it is. I mean, it is, you can do it slower, I guess. You know, I took off this piece on the bottom so I have a flat surface to rest this on, but I'm being real careful. I don't know how good it's coming out, but when you cut, you always have to know where your knife is going to go, if it goes through the food, or just like an axe, where the axe is going to go through once it chops through. Basically, it can go to a safe, in shooting for that matter, to your backstop. Okay, know your backstop. Anyways, so I'm chopping these up. It's real dangerous. Okay, and basically now I'm gonna cube them, and I'm kind of rocking the knife. I'm not trying to chop it through in one pressure. If you're pushing pressure down, that's not a good method. Kind of want to seesaw. That's what if you watch the people on cooking shows, they put the tip of the blade into the cutting board. I'm using a plate here. They basically rock the thing down. It's easier, it's safer that way. But you saw the dangers of that. Potatoes get real slippery when you cut them, and when they're all stacked up like that, if you're trying to pass the knife, especially when you're pressing down on it, if the things slide out and you have your thumb down there trying to support it, you can cut off, you know, tips or little slivers of your finger. And depending on where you are, if you're camping, now you have a serious injury that you have to deal with. And God forbid, if you're ever bugging out and you cut your finger, that could be potentially life-threatening. You can get blood disease. I think it's called sepsis or something. Basically a blood infection. Alright, so that's the method there. Alright, and next method is method I call old timer method. And you ever seen people peeling apples? You know, cutting the skin off an apple like an old timer on the porch. Kind of like that. It's old timer method. Okay, this method, it's a lot safer. It may look dangerous on camera, but you always have, basically hold the knife I choke up a little bit with my index finger. I don't know if that's in, okay. And basically you push the food along the knife. I'm always on the left side of the knife. I never am pushing with my thumb here. When I was a little kid trying to learn this method, I have cut myself. And it really sucks when you cut your thumb, because it tends to reopen a lot. Anyways, so you push the food along the side. So if the blade ever passes through, it's never going to come next to your fingers. Okay, so you always have to be aware of that when you're doing this. Basically, you turn the potato to where you see a high spot, and then you just pass it across. Real simple. Alright, so I was just about to take a real big chunk, work the knife back and forth, and you can cut smaller chunks out of that big chunk. If you try and cut too big a piece, you basically can turn it around, make little cuts in that. Okay, basically the potato itself becomes your cutting board. Okay, so it's a good method for teaching you control of your blade, and you know what happens if you do cut. You know, it teaches you like blade awareness, I guess. So it's real simple and it's quick. You can, if you're good with it, I like to use this. It's all serrated knife except for the tip, and it's real good for cutting through the skin, especially when you do the rocking method. Basically you work the knife like seesaw, and you're never putting pressure on the knife. That's how you can get real bad cuts. You let the knife do the work, and just like they say, a sharp knife is always safer than a dull knife. So you have to put a lot more force on a dull knife, and you can potentially wind up with a serious injury when you're trying to eat. Alright, so that's going to do it for this, guys. Peace.